Hi, I'm Kelly Brough. I'm President and CEO of the Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce. I grew up in Montana in a very small town, and my family didn't have much money at all. But I lived one block from the library, and I would say I spent most of my free time there. Definitely reading, doing research the old-fashioned way with encyclopedias, but I love the library, and I would say it is what taught me about the rest of the world before I left home. I guess when I was in high school, probably. I was at the library doing research, and I got to know the librarian very well, obviously, because I was there a lot. And as I was doing the research, I was pulled out the encyclopedia and was copying down what I needed to copy down. And she had emphasized the importance of putting it in my own words and sat with me to talk about how to change something into my frame, how I saw the world from what I learned. And I would say that very simple act of helping me translate what I was learning, I think was one of the first times when I started to put the world into my own voice. It was a great gift. I'd say one of my best memories of going to the library was maybe even after I had my own kids and being able to take them, and when we got their library cards for the very first time. And from then on, right, when they checked out a book, they were never going to use mom's library card. They always had to use their own. So the branch that I used by far the most was Bear Valley Library in Southwest Denver. And I think the librarians would recognize us by name. My kids were in all the summer reading programs. The other thing the library does here in Denver that I love is they have programs for kids. I think I enjoyed them more. I've held snakes at the library and read books then about snakes as well. It's a great, great program. I think two things about libraries. One is the people there have this love and passion that comes through, and I think if you don't have it when you walk in, you'll have it when you walk out, and I think that's critically important. But I also think it's about the meeting space and bringing people together. And the example I'd give, and this is probably one of my greatest losses about a library, is in the old days, we had a card, and you'd pull it out, and when you checked out a book, you wrote your name on it, and you gave the card to the librarian. But you could see everybody who had checked that book out before you, and you had a real sense of you're sharing this story with a lot of people in your community. I kind of miss that because these days you don't know who else is checking the book out with you. As a child, my family received assistance, so we didn't have much, and the only places I was going to spend my free time were either I was going to be paid to be there or it was free to be there. And the library really was a sanctuary. It was a place for me to go where there was nothing asked of me. It was all about my interests, my learning, and honestly opened my world up. I would never have understood anything about the world outside of Havre, Montana, were it not for the library. And certainly TV did it, but I think the library did it in a way where I was able to visualize what I was reading about instead of have someone portray it to me. And I think that was I think that is a life-changing kind of opportunity.